You've seen the ads. A guy on a beach, laptop open, making money while he sleeps. 5 passive income streams. $10,000 a month. No work required. It's one of the most repeated promises on the internet, and most of it is a lie. Not because passive income isn't real, it is, but the version they sell you, money from nothing, effort-free, overnight, that version doesn't exist. The real thing is slower, more boring, and it follows a simple math you can actually check. So let's strip away the hype. Here's what realistic passive income actually looks like in 2026. The ideas that work, the numbers they really pay, and the traps that quietly take your money instead. Here's the rule almost nobody says out loud. Every passive income stream costs you one of two things up front: a lot of money or a lot of time, sometimes both. There is no version where you put in neither and money still comes out. If you have money, you can buy income today, park capital somewhere that pays you to hold it. If you have time and a skill, you can build something once that keeps selling after you stop working. One path is instant, but needs a pile of cash. The other is cheap to start, but takes years to ramp. Keep that fork in mind. Money or time. Every idea on this list is just one of those two paths wearing a different costume. Start with the most genuinely passive thing on earth, letting your cash earn interest. For years, banks paid almost nothing. In 2026, that changed. The best high-yield savings accounts pay around 5% a year, while the national average is still a pathetic 0.38%. The catch is, it's a percentage of what you already have. $20,000 at 5% earns you about $1,000 a year. Real money, zero effort, but not life-changing. Government treasury bonds pay a little over 4% and are about as safe as money gets. Certificates of deposit lock your cash for a fixed term in exchange for a guaranteed rate. This tier will never make you rich, but it's the foundation, the safe, liquid base every serious plan starts with. And right now, leaving cash in a normal bank account is quietly costing you money. The next step up, instead of lending your money, you own things that pay you. The classic version is dividend stocks, companies that send you a slice of their profits just for holding the share. But here's a reality check the hype never mentions. The dividend yield of the whole S&P 500 is now about 1%, the lowest since the 1800s. Buying the market for income barely pays anything today. That's why income investors use targeted funds. A fund like SCHD screens for solid dividend payers, yields a bit over 3%, and historically grows that payout around 10% a year. Higher income funds that sell options like JEPI push the yield to roughly 8%, but you trade away most of your growth to get it. Then there are REITs, companies that own real estate and are legally required to pay out most of their income. They yield anywhere from 4 to 10%. $10,000 in a REIT might pay $400 to $1,000 a year. Notice the pattern. Higher yield always comes with higher risk, or lower growth. Anyone promising you both is selling something. Now the other fork, for people with more time than money. Here you build an asset once and sell it again and again. An online course, an ebook, a template, stock photos, a song, a YouTube channel like this one. This is where passive gets misleading. The selling is passive. The building is not. You might spend 2 years making something that earns $500 a month. Year 3, with work, maybe $1,500. Year 5, maybe $5,000. Real digital income is a slow curve, not a switch you flip. The upside is leverage. A bank account pays you on the money you have. A product pays you on the number of people who want it, and that number has no ceiling. It's the only path on this list where you can start with almost nothing. You just pay in years instead of dollars. Now the part that protects your money. For every real idea, there are 10 dressed-up scams. Watch for 3 signals. First, anything promising high returns with no risk and no effort. That combination does not exist. 5% is real. 50% guaranteed is a trap. Second, schemes where your income depends on recruiting other people. That's not passive income. That's the bottom of a pyramid. Third, The hot, crowded shortcuts, overnight drop shipping, faceless AI cash machines, get-rich courses sold by people whose only income is selling the course. Peer-to-peer lending can pay 6 to 12%, but that yield exists because real people default, and you eat the loss. The tell is always the same. If it sounds effortless, someone is being paid for your effort, and it's not you. So here's the honest formula, the one that fits on a napkin. Your passive income equals your capital times your yield. That's it. To earn $2,000 a month, $24,000 a year, at a safe 4%, you need about $600,000 invested. That number is why the quit your job next month promise is a fantasy. But it also points at the real strategy. You grow the capital and the yield over time. You earn from your actual work, funnel part of it into these assets, reinvest everything they pay, and let compounding do the slow, unglamorous work for years. That's not exciting. It doesn't fit in a 30-second ad, but it's the version that actually works. Realistic passive income isn't a trick or a secret. It's a trade. You pay up front, in money or in time, and later you get paid back slowly while you do other things. The people selling you no money, no time, huge returns aren't offering passive income. They're offering you as the income. Build the boring version. A cash base that earns, assets that pay you to own them. Maybe one thing you make once and sell forever. Small, real, and compounding. That's what freedom is actually built from. If this saved you from one shiny scam, subscribe. This channel is all about where the money really goes and who's really getting paid.